Hi and welcome. This is Eric, and today I'll be showing you guys how to insert new records and update existing records if they exist. So this is just a diagram I'm showing you guys. We'll be extracting the information from a source or multiple sources, and then we're gonna transform it. But when we load the information, we're gonna have to check if the record exists, and if it does, we're just gonna go ahead and update, and if it doesn't, we're gonna go ahead and insert new record. So let's go to Visual Studio and I'll show you guys. So this is the package which we created in the previous video. So if you don't know how to do that, please watch my previous video. But in a nutshell, what it was doing is it was deleting every record in the employees table and then reload everything over. Okay, so we do have these records here. So every time we execute this package, it will delete everything and it will go ahead and upload again. So when we do have a data warehouse, really we don't want to do that because it's gonna be huge and it will take tremendous amount of time just to delete, and it's not an effective way because most of the times you'll be getting incremental files, so the files you get from the source may not have the past record, the record which are not really active. So all you need is to first update the existing record and then to insert new records. So let's see how we are going to accomplish that. So first of all, I just start from this package. I don't want to waste much of the time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this and paste. I'll go ahead and name my package and I'll just say employee ETL. You can give it any name of your choice. I'm going to save. And what I need to change really is I go into the package and as you can see, it was getting or extracting the information from different sources. Use union to load the information and load that information into the table. Okay, so first of all, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add another column. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my warehouse. I'm gonna go ahead and add one column here. And this column name gonna be updated date. So to just store the updated information in there so that we know when the records have been updated. That's a data type, sorry. Again, if you don't know what a data type is, how to add columns or to create a table, just watch my previous video. So over here, I'm just gonna specify the current date. I'm going to save, close, and let's execute again. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and select all, and you can see the date is now. So let's go ahead and re-execute this package again. So just right click and execute. So it will wipe everything to delete every records, and then you're gonna load this information from two sources here. We see 5 rows and 5 rows, and then we get 10. So let's see here. So if you execute again, I'll be expecting the current date and time has been populated here. And sure enough, okay, we double check the time, it's 3 28, so that was a minute ago. Okay, so that's good. So let's go ahead and modify a package here. So the first thing I'll do is I'll add a lookup task. And again, if you cannot find, you can use this search box here, search SSS. So if you do lookup, if you select, and it's gonna tell you what this does really. So this says joins additional columns to the data flow, by looking up values in a table. Okay, so to be looking the values, and then we're gonna say if it finds a match, that means the record exists. If it doesn't find a match, the record doesn't exist. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull lookup here. I'm going to break up this relationship, this data flow, and I'm going to hook up this to the lookup. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna write a SQL query to put my lookup. So I'll just say, and all I need here is just employee ID. So I'll just say select employee ID. Select employee ID from employees. Okay. So again, if you don't know how to use this lookup, go ahead and watch my other videos. So in here, we want to go to our destination, which is test warehouse. Okay, that's where we're going to check if the records exist. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the query here. It will save me a lot of time instead of using the table. And then I'm going to go to columns. All I need is to map these two. And the most important thing here, you see here, specify how to end rows with no match. So I'm going to say redirect to no match. Okay, I'm going to click OK. So on this here, I won't be using already the destination. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. I'll go ahead and use execution. Let me find it. So we are going to use okay, let me go to other transformation. We're going to use LDB command. So the definition here runs an SQL statement for each row in a data flow. Okay, so that's all we need because you're going to have to write an update statement. So I'm going to say so this is going to be when the lookup match, meaning when there is a record. So I'm gonna rename this. If there is a record, just go ahead and update record. And I'm gonna add another one. When there is no match lookup, I'm going to say insert new record. So right now, this hasn't been configured yet, but in short, that's what we'll be doing. Okay, we're gonna, when there is a match, we're gonna update, and when there is no match, we're gonna insert a new record. So you're gonna have to write this SQL statement and adding them in here. So to do that, go back to SQL here. So to update the records, I'm gonna say update employees. I'm gonna say set. We're gonna update employee name equals to, I'm just gonna put a comma and that for now. I'm just gonna wanna get the structure. And again, if you don't know how to write an update statement, please watch my previous video on SQL Server. So we're gonna update hire date, and we're gonna update again updated date. What is updated date? Oh, because I just created this date, so I need to refresh my IDE. Now there it is. And I'm gonna say where employee ID equals to that. So what we need to do really here is we need to put these question marks. Okay, that's how we map these records. Okay, and to insert a new record, I'm just gonna say insert into employees, and then I need employee name, and I need hire date. I don't need and probably I need employee ID. I don't need updated date, because if you remember, when we created a new column, we defaulted to get the current date and time. So over here, all I need is 3 question marks. So let's go to Visual Studio, and I will copy one of these first, and let's go back to Visual Studio. So our destination is test warehouse. I'm gonna go to column mapping. I'm gonna paste my SQL statement. It looks kind of ugly, so I'm just gonna put so that we can read. So now if you take a look, you have to remember the position. The first one is employee name, then hire date, and then updated date. And I really don't need updated date to get from anywhere. I just say get date. So this will get the current date and time. So I'll click OK, and then I'm gonna have to go to column mappings. Now that's when I told you to remember, but we know employee name was the first one, and date was the second one, and employee ID was the last one on update statement. So I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. You can see the error is gone. So now I'm gonna go back to SQL, copy this error message, the SQL statement, and I'm going to work on my insert statement. So again, we need to update warehouse, and we're gonna have to come here to under SQL command. You click this dot dot dot. So now we have to remember employee ID the first one, employee name the second one, and hire date the third one. So we go to column mappings, and I think this is the same order here. Click OK. As you see, we've configured our package, so it will do a lookup, and then it will add a record if there's no match, and update the record when there is a match. So let's go back to our source here. We do have employee ID 1 through 10. So I'm going to add 11. So I'm going to go to my source here, and the source table is, and I'll copy my query here real quick. The source table is employees. Let me select. I'm going to open a new query. Use TestDB. Watch my previous video if you don't know how to write a select statement. So that's my source. I'm going to first change this name here first, maybe to something else, number 1, and then I'm going to add employee ID number 10. So first I'm going to insert a new record, employee ID 11, and name. I'm going to give a name to maybe Jackson, Paul, and then the hire date I'm going to give maybe this, yeah, today's date. And that'll change because the updated date is going to be the same. So I'm just going to say maybe this was 2020, and let's say it was 17th of March. Okay, so let's go ahead and add one record, and then I'm going to write another statement. You'll see this record has been added to update John Joe. So I'm going to go ahead and say update employees. Again, if you don't know how to write an update statement, watch my video. I'm going to say set employee name equals to maybe John Alex, and we can update our date too, so that we see how we're gonna change. So instead of March 2011, I'm just going to say maybe this will be 10th of August, where employee ID equals to 1. So if you execute this record, I know for sure record number 1 is gonna change to August 10th, and the name, instead of John Doe, is gonna be John Alex, and you're gonna insert a new record. And again, I'm going to execute this statement on my test data files so that we see. So this record will be updated, this record will be updated, and record number employee ID 11 will be inserted. So let's see how this works. I'm just going to go ahead and execute this package. And you can see here there are 11 records. inserted. Oh, and I know why I did these mistakes, because as of right now, it went ahead and delete everything. I forgot to disable my package. I'm glad this is happening so that I can see what's going on. And you can tell here this package deleted all the records, and that's why every record was inserted. Okay, and there was no match. So I'm going to disable this package. So you're going to learn something new. To disable this data flow, I'm just gonna click this task. I'm just gonna right click and say disable. So when I execute my package, it won't run. In other words, you can just go ahead and delete it, but I don't want to delete it for now. So I'm gonna do the same thing now. I'm going to update this person to back to John Doe and it was March, I think. I'm just gonna change to March, and I'll change the date maybe. Oh, maybe I do April now and change the date to maybe 04. Or maybe I'll do July 4th. Okay, and we're gonna change back to John Doe, and I'm gonna insert record number 12, and we're gonna give it a different name here. This will be maybe Nitish Patel. So I'll execute this and let me observe my record. So I do have John Doe and I do have record number 12, which is Nitish Patel, and yeah, that's fine. So let me go back here, execute this, and yeah, we don't have record number employee ID 12, and we do have Alex, John. We're expecting to see John Doe at the end of this. So, and the date here, it's exactly the same because we went ahead and delete everything. So now the package should work technically. So let's execute again. Boom, boom, boom. It executed successful. If you look over here, I'm gonna zoom in if I can. You can see we did have 12 records, 7 from SQL Server. Okay, we do have 7 records from the source. Where is my source here? This guy, it's a source. And then 11 records were updated and only 1 record was inserted. Okay, so let's execute our destination table. So we can see we added a new record here, and these other records were all updated, and you can see the time and the time of the new record. So thank you guys for watching. Today I was showing you guys how to update a new record, and to update existing record and to insert a new record if it doesn't exist in the database. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.